Hey, hi everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for our first open webinar in English about how to set up a business here in the US. So, my name is Diego. I'm one of the founders here at Company Combo. And since we founded the company in 2015, our goal is to help international entrepreneurs to establish and grow their business here in the US. Of course, since the early days, we have evolved a lot. And today I'm going to share some of our experience, some important information that will help you through this process of setting up and developing your company in the US. Something here that's really important is that, of course, the information that I'm sharing here can be you have to figure out if the options that we are showing here are the best options for yourself. We're not going to talk anything about immigration or about working inside the US. So the whole webinar will be based for entrepreneurs that are abroad, outside the US, developing their companies here in the country. So I would like talking a little bit about company comp. Oh, something really important. All questions will be done by Zoom, so everybody that sign up to the webinar will be able to send questions, but we will not be answering questions here on YouTube. Okay, so the questions are posted and moderated by our team, and they're all done to the close of webinar. And here on YouTube, you're going to be able to follow it live, and then of course watch it later too, if that's your case. So. Company Combo, as I told you before, were established in 2015. Since then, we have formed over 1,700 companies here in the US. We have clients in over 27 countries. We provide customer service in Portuguese, Spanish, and English. And we have helped over 3,000 entrepreneurs to develop their goals and their dream company, or to approach new markets through the US. So we offer a few different services to help you in this process. So the first one is the business formation. So you can make the process 100% online. Just go to our website, select the state that you're gonna open your company, select the tax structure and the management structure that you're looking for, the LLC or corporation. Once you do that, we do the process 100% online. It takes, right now, it's taking about 25 to 30 days to have everything ready. State register, the registration, the state, EIN, template of operating agreement, and now other features. Then we provide an accounting and tech support. So we have a team that works only with tech and e-commerce companies providing like a month-to-month support, helping the process of the accounting and answer all questions regarding income tax. So our team will be talk to you in Portuguese, Spanish, or English. I mean, you can choose which language will be your main language here at Company Combo. So once you assign you the manager, he's going to be in touch with you during the day by day, making sure that you are 100% secure and confident about running your business here in the US. Our team will take care of everything. You don't have to worry about reconciling your bank accounts or setting up your transactions, sales tax. We will handle all of that for you. Then we have the virtual address. So if you don't live in the US and if you don't have someone here in the US to provide a business address, a reliable business address, and this is really important, as all communications from the IRS or the state go to your to the address that you register with those organizations, it's really important that you have a reliable address. And if it happens that you change or from a house or the address, you have to change them within the state and the IRS too. So if you don't have a reliable address here in the US, we provide a virtual address service where we will set up a exclusive suite office here in one of your units in Orlando. We will receive your mail, scan it, and you're going to have access 24/7 directly to our web portal. I mean, it's better than having your own mail here, your own mailbox in the US, because I mean, we handle the documents, we open it up, we scan it, we classify, we organize, and you have access, just like if we're accessing your Gmail, you can see all mail and everything that you receive it here in our office. At the same time, you are able to ask us to forward the physical mail to you in any country in the world, or you can ask us to just delete and remove the mail from your box. So with the service starting $33 a month, pretty cheap, amazing service. You're gonna have a professional address, not a PO box here in the US. Then we have the e-commerce fulfillment. So as we work with a lot of D2C brands or manufacturers from abroad, outside the US, that are selling here on Amazon, Shopify, Wayfair, WooCommerce, I mean, in a lot of different channels, or even B2B, we have over 40,000 square foot of storage space here in Orlando, where we handle from small products like swimwear to big products like furniture. I mean, we handle everything. We have a WMS where you can control all your operation remotely. You can see the orders that we receive, the tracking numbers. I mean, everything happens in a really simple way, and we can help you in all those processes. Of course, you don't have to hire all of our services, so you can start hiring only the business formation or only the accounting service. You can start growing with us, right? So you set up the business with us, then you have the accounting, the tax, then you have the fulfillment service, the virtual address. I mean, you can stack and you can hire the service that will better work for your case. Our company works with basically with tech and e-commerce companies. So I mean, everybody here is able to discuss with you good strategies and how to operate your digital business here in the US. And then there's something that we're launching in November 2021. There's a bank account, Globalfy. So it's a Globalfy tailor-made for international entrepreneurs. So it's made by international entrepreneurs to international entrepreneurs. So you're going to have a business access, a business banking account, no social security number required or ITIN. You're going to, with your bank account, you're going to receive a MasterCard debit card where you can use it to do online payments. You're going to have a physical debit card. You can use it to withdraw money on ATMs or to purchase products virtually anywhere in the world. So and of course there's no monthly fees. So this is like a complete business bank account tailor-made for international entrepreneurs. So this is something really good. So with Company Combo, we go from starting your business to growing your business, and everything within that we are able to help or refer partners that can work on you and make sure that you have good people working toward your business. Okay, so now let's start with like the content, right? So the first thing, I mean, every time we get a call here, one of the main questions is what's the difference between an LLC and a corporation? So here I brought 4 main differences between the two structures. Okay, so the first one is on the tax side. So on the tax side, so an LLC is a pass-through entity. This means that an LLC pays 0% income tax here in the US. So the company itself do not pay income tax. But in a C corporation, the corporation itself pay 21% of federal income tax over the net profits. So what it means that here in the US, you only pay income tax based on your net profits. I'm sorry, not gross profits, on your net profits. So if you are not, if you are losing money every year, you're probably not going to pay income tax here in the US. But if you're making money, the net gains and net profits, you're going to pay income tax over that. So in an LLC, the company itself will not pay taxes. Then we will distribute the net profits to the owners, to the members, and then the members will pay income tax. In a corporation, the corporation itself pays 21% of income tax, federal income tax, and if they distribute profits to shareholders, then the shareholders will pay income tax again. Okay, so there's like a double taxation. So that's something that it's really important that you keep your mind. A corporation, there will be a double taxation, but you don't have to distribute all the net profits every year. But in an LLC, the company itself will pay 0 income tax, but every year the company has to distribute, has to send money to the members, and then the members will pay tax over those net profits. Okay, and then the partner structure. So on LLC, you have members, so you can have from 1 member to multiple members. In a corporation, you're going to have shareholders, And then the shareholders, you're going to be able to set up them as like you can have different class of shares. Corporation will be like um, a, a more robust structure, if I can say it like this. LLC will be way more flexible. So you can have only yourself, that's going to be a disregarded entity, on LLC, one member doing business. A corporation, you can have a corporation with one member, but with one shareholder. I'm sorry, the show that shareholder can be the president, vice president, treasurer, secretary. But on a corporation, you will have more like a formal structure. So in a lot of cases, international entrepreneurs will choose from an LLC because it's more flexible, it's easier to manage the operation, um, and I'll talk a little bit later about taxes. On taxes side, there's some benefits about that too. And then after you decide if you're gonna go with a LLC or a corporation, then it's time to decide about the state. I brought here 5 different states that the main states for international entrepreneurs. So Florida, Delaware, Wyoming, Texas, and California. That's, I mean, 95% of our clients goes from one of those states. And something really important here, everything that I'm telling is considering that you don't have a physical operation in that state, okay? If you live in the US, there's some other questions that you have to answer. But here I'm considering that you live abroad. So as you live abroad, you're not going to have like a physical presence in the US. You may not have, I'm sorry, a physical presence in the US. You can select the state that you're going to register your company based on the tax, right? The cost to operate and to maintain that business. Otherwise, if you're gonna keep living in your country, let's say India, but you're gonna have employees working from an office, or you're gonna have your own warehouse here in Florida, well, it may be a better option to set up your entity here in Florida. So again, let's talk about average. Let's talk about the most of case of international entrepreneurs that we will not have a physical presence here in the US. So Florida, we charge $399 to set up your business in Florida, including state fees. I'm sorry. Okay, the process takes about 1 to 3 days to process the registration in the state. After that, you have to apply to the EIN. Okay, the renewal fee on Florida is really nice. I mean, every year you have to do an annual report, and for LLC, you're going to spend about $138. In a corporation, about $150. Okay, and in Florida, you have 0 state income tax for person, so LLC, but you're gonna have state income tax for corporations. So on top of the federal income tax, you're gonna have to pay state income tax. Okay, so here in Florida, we have a lot of clients, the majority from Latin America or Spain, Portugal, that are setting up business here, and England, that are setting up business here in Florida, because they're going to be a LLC, so 0 state income tax. At the same time, they're going to get the benefit of have a state that has low maintenance fees, and it's really transparent. Something that's not good about Florida is that Florida is an open record state. This means that if you go to Sunbeast, there's a Florida official website, and you search for any company name. So let's say if you search for company combo LLC over there, you're going to be able to see the address of the company, where the company established it, and the name of the managers too. So it's open record. But Delaware, we charge the same $399 for the process, state fees included. The process on the state is taking a little bit longer right now, a little less than 14 days, but you can pay $100, and we're going to process that as expedited. This means that we're going to get the document from the state within 1 to 2 business days, so pretty fast. The renewal fees in Delaware, they're a little bit more expensive. As you can see, Delaware LLC, $300. A corporation, we basically start at $300, $400, and then it can go higher based on the profits and I forgot. I'm sorry. The properties that the company has. Okay, but I mean, it's still a really good state. A lot of international entrepreneurs choose for Delaware because Delaware has its closed record, so you can find the address for the company or the managers of the company public on their website. Delaware has a court that is specialized in partners and business matters. So a lot of investors, actually more than 60% of the 500, the 500 biggest companies in the US are set up in Delaware. So like Google, Coca-Cola, they are all established in Delaware. So a lot of international entrepreneurs and investors will choose Delaware as the state to register their company because of the closure records and the court specific for business matters. The Delaware do not charge state income tax too if you don't have operations over there. So it would be 0 for LLC and 0 for corporations. Wyoming, amazing state, process your company registration at the same time, within the same day. So the same cost, $399. Wyoming is closed record too. Has a really low maintenance cost, the renewal fee. So it's about $50 a year. So, I mean, Wyoming, it's a really good state. We've been seeing an increase of numbers of companies and international entrepreneurs register their companies in Wyoming because there's zero income tax, closure records, and on top of that, they process your company at the same day. Then we have Texas. A lot of Latino American entrepreneurs, mainly from Mexico, decide and choose for Texas. Amazing state too. Zero state income tax if you don't have business over there. Process in less than a week. The renewal fee, it's 0. Although you have to do an annual renewal, you don't have to pay fee for the renewal, but the forming cost is a little bit higher. So would be $569 for an LLC. And in California, you have the same $309. I mean, everybody knows California, right? But there's a catch. The maintenance, the renewal fee in California for the franchise tax, it's at least $100. So it goes higher based on your profits, okay? And you have state income tax. What is the problem, right? So now I'll see someone that lives in California, or if you have international company partnerships that is set up over there, the owners, the members will have to pay state income tax in California. They go up to 13%, and a corporation pays around 8%. So California is a really expensive state. Although we think that, oh, Google is in California, like Facebook, actually they have offices over there, but their entity, the main entities, is set up in Delaware. Again, for the reasons that I said before. So for international entrepreneurs, a lot of our clients goes for Florida, Delaware, or Wyoming. And as I said, like in Latin America and mainly Mexico, a lot of them go by Texas because, I mean, it's closer to where they are and it's easy to go to the state if they need to, although it's usually not necessary to come to the US, but you can do that. So again, I mean, once you decide for the state, the tax structure, the member structure, the legal structure, the state, you're gonna go online to our website and you can do all the process online. You don't have to come to the US. You don't have to have a specific visa to do that process. I mean, you can just do online with your passport and you're good to go. Now, talking a little bit about taxes. Taxes is something that always bring questions for our clients because there's different laws. It's always if, right? Something that may works or may apply for one will not apply for other. So here I'm gonna go like more general so you can understand better how the tax system works in the US. So you're gonna have mainly, okay, two tax levels, income tax levels. The federal income tax that, as I said before, for LLC, the LLC itself will not pay federal income tax or state income tax, but 100% of the net profit goes to the members, and the members will pay their personal income tax, 0 to 37%. A corporation itself, it's a taxable entity, so the corporation right now will pay 21% as a federal level, and then it goes to the state level. So in Delaware, Wyoming, Texas, 0 state income tax if you're not if you don't have like a full structure at the state operations in the state. But in Florida, on top of the 21%, or in California, you're gonna pay like 4 point something percent as state income tax, or in California, 8 point something percent as state income tax. I'm sorry. So it's really important that once you decide where you're going, you understand that there's a federal income tax that applies to every state, and the state income tax They apply state by state. Okay, so here in the US, although you will report your income tax only once a year, that usually starts on January 15 and goes like up to April 15. It changes based on your structure. You have to do withholdings and estimated tax. I mean, pay the taxes during the year. So let's say you start your business here in January, okay? Just to make it easier. January 2020, 21, this year. January 2020, 21, you start your business. For the first 3 months, zero income, no operations, you were just setting up everything, you just made some small investments, you're good. You don't have to do anything. On April, you start operating, right? You start getting revenue, you start getting profits over the business that you offer, the service you were offering. Then once it gets to the end of the second quarter, you're gonna have to do withholding or estimated tax. So you're gonna have to prepay, right? Pay during the year your income tax. And once you get to the end of the year, so once you get now to December, December, you're gonna close the fiscal year from January to December, and then starting in January next year, in January 2022, you're gonna submit your income tax return. If you pay more taxes than you should have paid, or you did like the withholding, right? That's on the top of the 37%, then the IRS will send you a check or make a transfer paying you back, returning you the money. Or if you paid less than you should have paid, you will have to pay, and you have to pay some fines on top of that. So this means that although you report only once a year your income tax return, you have to pay during the fiscal year, okay? So this is really important. This means that if you are doing your operations and you don't have like an accounting or bookkeeper taking care of your company, well, you may lose deadlines and you may pay fines for those. So it's really important that you have someone that understand how the system works here, and then can help you and guide you through the process. Okay, so I already said about the federal income tax return, the state level income tax return, the withholding estimate tax, that you have to pay taxes during the fiscal year, not only at the end of the fiscal year. Now I'm going to answer a question that I saw that people have already sent here on the chat, and this is something that we always have to answer. Oh, look, I read that if I don't live in the US and all my services performed outside the US, I don't have to pay taxes in the US. Well, that may be true. You're right. So if you have an LLC with only one member, okay, so it's a regarded entity. So LLC with only one member. If it's an LLC with two or more members, it's a partnership. These will not apply, okay? So if you have an LLC with only one member, you will maybe, based on the service that you provide, you may not have to pay any kind of tax here in the US, but you're going to pay in your country, okay? And this is really important. You have to pay in your country. It doesn't mean that you don't have to pay income tax at all. It just means that you don't have to pay here in the US, you're going to pay in your country. So I'm going to give you like two examples. So I'm a photographer from Spain, okay? I take pictures for Airbnb. They are based in Spain, but I get paid into a LLC with only one member based in United States. So look, the owner, right, the members live outside the US. The service is 100% made outside the US. In this case, maybe you don't have to pay income tax here. Who can tell you with all certainty? It's a CPA, it's a tax specialist, okay? Another case, so you're a developer from Pakistan or for India, and you develop your softwares from India, selling to clients in the US or anywhere in the world. Maybe you don't have to pay income tax here in the US too, because you are LLC, only one member, you live abroad and you perform your service and you deliver your services from abroad, okay, from another country. In that case, you may not have to pay income tax here in the US too. But again, it goes case by case. Even though even when the CP, if you read articles on the internet about in that, if you check like on the final lines, the CPA or the law attorney or whoever, the tax specialist, they're reading about this, usually they say, but look, If the tax rates in the US are lower than your country, it may be good to pay tax in the US, and then you don't open space to IRS to ask you anything. Because unless a CPA sign you a letter, or attorney, a tax attorney sign you a letter telling that they can explicitly make sure that you're not going to have to pay income tax in the US, and you're going to be responsible to answer to anything that IRS requests you. Okay, so if you've been doing business here for 3 years, and then after 3 not paying tax here, and after 3 years IRS stop by and say, look, let me try to understand why you're not paying taxes here. They may request you to pay, okay? And then you're going to have to hire someone to fight with the IRS. So, I mean, sometimes it's better to pay and then make sure that you're all in good shape, because you're not going to be paying double taxation in the majority of the countries. So that's something to take in consideration, okay? So, I mean, LLC with only one member doing services that member lives abroad, performing services 100% online, you may not be required to pay taxes in the US. But anyway, you're gonna have to do to file some returns here in the US. Okay, so it's really important. If your LLC is operating, you're gonna have requirements here in the US. If your corporation is set up, I mean, if in your corporation you're not doing any kind of business, you will have to file income tax return here in the US. So pay attention, right? It's not just because, it's just a company, I'm not using it yet, I just set it up like a few months ago, I don't have to worry about that. Yes, you have to worry. Be careful. Hire someone and can help you to make sure that you are in compliance with the IRS and with the state's legislations, okay? And then the final thing here about taxes is about the sales tax. So just like IVA in a lot of countries in Europe, Latin America, I mean, when you make sales direct to the consumer, okay, to the final consumer, you have to charge from the final consumer the sales tax. This means that if I'm selling, for example, shoes here in Orlando for $100, I'm gonna have to charge 6.5% as sales tax. So I'm gonna tell the client that it costs $100, but he's gonna pay me $106 plus 50 cents. Those 65 cents, those $6.50, I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna pay and send it directly to the state. Okay, so sales tax is not a tax that the company pays; is a tax that the company gets from the consumer and pays for the government. Okay, let me see here. Questions. Do visa? Okay, no, you don't have to have a specific visa to start your business in the US. You can start without visa. Actually, not even a passport will be necessary to form the company, but you will need a passport to open up your bank account. Okay, so I would say that at least the passport you have to have, I'm sorry, but you don't have to have a visa. Yeah, we have a question regarding the LLC one member, if they have to pay tax or not. Just explain them that. Regarding taxes, sales tax nexus. Perfect. So sales tax, okay? So when you have to charge sales tax, so if you have a company here in Florida, you have nexus in Florida. So this means that you're gonna have to charge sales tax for all your customers that are based, all the destination address is inside Florida. Something that if you have a customer in California at the beginning and you don't have a company there, or not even nexus, a warehouse or anything over there, at the beginning you not charge sales tax for the customers that you're shipping from Florida to California. But with economic nexus, you have to do that. So once you get to certain levels of sales every year, for the last 12 months, state by state. So let's say in California, let's say it's 100 orders in the last 12 months, or $100,000 in sales to the state. So once you get that, you have to register your company from Florida, in this case, with the state DOR, just to collect and pay sales tax over there. There are tools such as TaxJar. And right now, even Stripe has a solution to help calculating and charging sales tax. And then, of course, our team can help you with the legislation, the regulations, how it works, explain you and provide you support on that. And then we can help you, of course, register yourself in those states and make the reports over there too. Okay, let's keep moving on. So talking about the business formation Okay, we provide that all-in-one package. This means that once you see the price at our website, so $399 for LLC in Florida, for example, or LLC in Delaware, it includes state fee, it includes the application for the EIN, even if you don't have a social security number. Okay, it includes the first year for the registered agent service, a template for the operating agreement. Okay, then a compliance calendar. I'm going to tell a little bit more about compliance calendar, a bank account access through Globalfy, over $2,100 in rewards, and lifetime customer support in Portuguese, Spanish, or English. Okay, so it's just one package, one cost. You have everything else. Other than that, you're going to have to pay for the virtual address if you want to use our service, and for the bookkeeping and tax once you start operating and you need your support. Okay, so and for this process, I mean, everything's done online. As I said, you don't have to have a passport, no specific visa, and payments done by credit card. Then this is the compliance calendar. So we created a platform that you log into the platform, and the system will create a calendar of requirements, liabilities for your business here in the US. So if you have an LLC with two members, a partnership in Florida, you're going to see all your federal and state liabilities, and you get notifications when it's time to do that. This way, you can avoid paying fines, right? So, for example, in Florida, if you don't renew your company on time, you have $400 in fines to pay over the $138 for the renewal fee. So the system helps you to save money, really. I can assure you. I've been here. I moved to the US as someone, a newbie getting to the market, and I spent a lot of money because I didn't know the requirements and the liabilities. So being able to have a compliance calendar that is tailor-made for your operation, it's really, really important. And this is free. It's included in all our services, okay? Then you have the rewards. As I just said, over $200,000 in discounts and benefits from our partners. So you're going to get rebates from and rewards from Stripe, from Xero, QuickBooks, Salesforce, Microsoft, and GitHub. So we offer a lot of discounts because we understand that to be able to grow, you need to count on with good tools. Okay, so we partnered up with those good tools, and then you just log into a portal, and then you can activate the discounts in over 50 partners or 100 partners. I'm not sure, but well, the discounts go way over $200,000. Okay, and then the bank account, as I said, Globalfy bank account and debit card, tailor-made for international entrepreneurs. So no social security required, no ITIN required, MasterCard, debit card, no maintenance fees, and no initial deposit. Just go globalfy.com. Right now you can sign in, before November 2021, you can sign up only for the waiting list. And once we launch it, you're gonna be one of the first ones to have access to the banking solution. Otherwise, once you're live, just go to globalfy.com and you can fill up the form and start setting up your business bank account. Of course, the bank itself, we work with a bank that is FDIC insured. So everything that you have in your bank account over $250,000 is insured by the federal, for the federal organization that protects all banks. So all securities and everything that you'd have working with Bank of America, you're going to have working with Globalfy. Okay, and then what are the next steps? How do you set up your business in the US? So basically go to www.companycombo.com. You can select English language, or the system will detect if you speak English, go direct to the English webpage. You can click on Start Now, fill up a form. Really, it doesn't take more than 5 minutes. Set up the form, use the coupon 25 off to get $25 discount. So use the coupon code 25 off on the checkout on the payment page, and then the service that would be $309 would be $374. Make the payment using credit card. Our team starts working right as soon as we get your registration. There are some services that will ask you to pay them an express fee, and they will process this same day or next day. In our case, we will always process your company same day or next business day. That's our goal. Help you set up your business here in the US. the easiest way, the cheapest way, and most important thing, making sure that you're feeling comfortable and secure about doing business here. As I said, we are tailor made. We are made from international entrepreneurs to international entrepreneurs. So we know how hard it is to set up a business in another country. We know how hard it is to understand tax legislation and everything else. So Company Combo is here to help you from the beginning to the growth of your company, from the business formation, tax, virtual address, accounting, e-commerce fulfillment if you're running your D2C operation, if you're shipping products, if you're in the US, and now with Globalfy or banking solution. Okay, let's see other questions here that may help you in this process. Okay, yeah, if you need support, you can call us 866-428-2030, or you can send a message to sales@companycombo.com. One of our sales specialists will get in touch with you right away. Okay, let me see here. ITIN. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you don't have a social security number to start a business in the US, but you will need an ITIN to fill up your tax requirements. So the ITIN is like your personal document. Okay, it's like a replacement for a social security number for international investors here in the US. We process that document. We charge $250. We have a team of certifier agents that will certify your document, and we can work on with your ITIN so you can file your taxes here in the US. Okay. Okay, about the virtual address. So a question here is, the person has, okay, so the person has a relative that lives here in the US that can provide like a home address. If they state and IRS will accept it. Yes, they state and the IRS will accept a home address, but really important, if that person moved for the house, you have to change the address within the IRS and your state registration, okay? In some states, that information will be public, will not be protected. That's something else that you have to think about. And it's really important that the person at the house receiving and it's able to scan your documents. Okay, because the EIN letter will be sent directly to that address. If it's like a vacation home, the house is empty, nobody can open up the mail, you're not going to be able to see your EIN. So it's really important that you have a reliable address. If that is a reliable address and you're fine with that, having that information public, it's okay. If you're looking for like a professional service that can take care of your mail and everything else, you can go directly with our website. Okay. Well, guys, look, I have only 1 more minute. I'm not going to have time to answer all the questions, but again, just write to sales@companycombo.com. We can definitely help you with your other questions and how to set up the business in the US. If you go to youtube.com/companycombo, we have a lot of videos. The majority of them right now are in Spanish and Portuguese, but every other week we are launching videos in English too to help you set up a business. Again, if you speak Spanish, goes to companycom.com/es or click on the Spanish flag on top of our website to get customer service in Spanish. If you speak Portuguese, go to companycom.com and click in the Portuguese flag on top and choose for to get service in Portuguese. Okay. Well, guys, thank you very much for your time. It was amazing experience being here. Hope to talk to you soon. Probably another 2 weeks. I'll be here again. We have really important. We every week we have internal webinars with customers. You can join. Just write to sales@companycombo and we can send you the link to register for the next one. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for your time and looking forward for the next opportunity.